Take a deep breath. Wherever you are, I want you to stop. Sit still. Uncross your arms. Drop your shoulders. And most importantly, turn your focus completely. Because what we're about to do, if done with intention, can unlock something in your life that perhaps no one ever taught you was possible. But it is. And I know it is because I've lived it. There is something I learned years ago that completely rewired my life. It wasn't about how much I worked or how smart I was. It wasn't about the degrees I held, the contacts I had, or the opportunities I thought were missing. It was about understanding this. You don't get what you want. You get who you are. And who you are is determined by what you consistently think, feel, and believe about yourself, especially when it comes to money. Most people were never taught to believe that wealth was their natural state. In fact, many were conditioned to fear it, to feel unworthy of it, or to resent those who had it. Maybe you've heard phrases like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy. I know I did. And those phrases, they sound innocent, but they plant something in us, something that quietly grows into a set of beliefs so deeply embedded in our subconscious. We mistake them for truth. Bob Proctor once said, "The subconscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, it will return. Plant abundance, and abundance grows. Plant lack, and lack becomes your harvest." And so, most of us walk through life harvesting what we never truly wanted: scarcity, limitation, fear, because we never questioned the seeds. But today, you are going to question them. Today, you will interrupt those old patterns, because the truth is, your financial reality is not fixed, it is flexible. It is fluid, and it responds constantly to your inner stater beliefs, your words, your energy. This is not just motivational speech. This is backed by the deepest insights of both science and spirit. Quantum physics teaches us that the observer affects the observed, that what you expect, you draw in. What you vibrate, you attract. And what you believe becomes your world. Bob Proctor knew this. He taught this, and he lived this. He didn't come from money. In fact, he came from confusion, debt, and hardship. And yet, through studying the mind, and specifically the power of repetition and affirmation, he created a life of absolute abundance, not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And now, I'm sharing the very path he walked with, because I used to think affirmations were silly. I thought, how can repeating a phrase change my bank account? But the truth is, affirmations are not magic. They are mechanics. They rewire the mind by creating new grooves in the subconscious. And when repeated with conviction, they create new dominant vibrations that money responds to. Bob said, thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. That's not poetry. That's physics. And it starts with thought, with repetition, and with belief. Right now, your subconscious is running a program. That program might be telling you you're not worthy, that you have to work yourself into the ground to deserve more, that money is hard, that wealth is for others. And as long as those beliefs remain, your results will remain too. But affirmations disrupt the pattern. They replace the virus. They plant new seeds. Let me say something very clearly. Your words matter, not just the ones you speak to others, but especially the ones you speak to yourself. If every day you say, I can't afford that, or I'll never be rich, your mind records that. And your reality follows. But if you start replacing those phrases with ones that align with abundance, you start turning the ship slowly at first, but powerfully. When I started doing this, really doing it, not just reading about it, I saw things change in ways I could never explain with logic. Opportunities came, ideas emerged, people showed up, and most importantly, I felt like I had taken control of something I thought was uncontrollable. Bob Proctor emphasized this point over and over. It's not the money, it's the mindset. You don't need to get the money first. You need to become the person who attracts the money. So, who are you becoming? That's the question we're answering now. Not by thinking harder, but by reprogramming deeper, below the surface, into the soil of your subconscious. That's why I asked you to sit still, to breathe, to tune in, because your subconscious mind is listening not when you shout, but when you're silent and open. And that's when the affirmations land. We're not here just to repeat phrases like a robot. That won't work. What works is repetition fused with emotion, belief, and visualization. So when I say to you, I am a magnet for wealth, I don't want you to just repeat it. I want you to feel it, see it, embody it, believe it even if just 1% at first. Because the subconscious does not know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It only knows what is repeated with emotion. And so now, as you prepare to repeat after me, understand this isn't make-believe, this is creation. You are not begging for wealth, you are aligning with it. Let's begin. I am wealthy in mind, and wealth flows easily to me. I attract abundance in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me from multiple sources, and I receive it with gratitude. I deserve to be rich because I add immense value to the world. Every day, in every way, I become more financially prosperous. I am open to receiving wealth, and I honor it with responsibility and joy. My bank account grows as my mindset expands. Repeat them again and again. Say them aloud. Whisper them if you must, but feel them, because each word is a key, each phrase a code, and every time you say them with belief, you're chiseling away at the old and revealing the truth. You're meant to be abundant. Bob once said, abundance is not something you acquire. It's something you tune into, and that's exactly what you're doing now. Now let me ask you something. When you've said those affirmations, did you really believe them? It's okay if your first instinct is hesitation. Most people don't. Not at first. That's because your current self-image doesn't match the new identity you're trying to build. And your self-image is everything. Bob Proctor was crystal clear about this. You can never outperform yourself. You will always act like the person you believe yourself to be. So if deep down you still see yourself as broke, stuck, undeserving, or unlucky, no amount of external effort will change the internal thermostat. You'll always snap back to your set point. This is why repetition is not a suggestion. It's a requirement. You cannot change your financial life by doing something once. You change it by installing new beliefs so deeply that the old ones can't survive. That takes daily discipline, emotional involvement, and faith. And yes, I said faith, not religious faith, but the kind of faith that Bob Proctor described as the ability to see the invisible and believe in the intangible, knowing the universe will move in response. Because here's what you need to understand. Money is not paper. It's not numbers in a bank account. Money is energy. And energy responds to vibration. And your vibration is dictated by your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs. So when you say I am wealthy, you are not lying to yourself. You are choosing a new frequency. One that matches the reality you want to live and not the one you've been conditioned to accept. You might be surrounded by bills. Your bank account might be in the negative. You might be in debt. I've been there. I know the panic, the shame, the fear. But that's exactly when you need to assert a new reality with the most conviction. Because the external world is just a mirror. It reflects your inner world. And if you change your inner world long enough, the mirror changes too. But most people don't wait. They give up after a few days. They say, it's not working. But Bob was clear. The results always lag behind the vibration. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Imagine planting a seed and then digging it up the next day because you can't see the tree yet. That's what most people do with affirmations. They speak them once or twice, don't feel different, and return to their old pattern. But you're not. Most people, if you're here, still watching, still listening, it means you're serious. It means you're ready to go deeper. And that's exactly what this journey requires. Because affirmations are not just words. They are declarations of identity. And identity is everything. That's why when you affirm something, you must speak as if it is already done. Not, I will be wealthy. That keeps wealth in the future. But I am wealthy. That brings it into the now, into your nervous system, into your subconscious. You must feel it in your body, see it behind your eyes. Walk through your day as if the change already happened. Because that is how you bridge the gap between current reality and desired reality. Your mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. And your subconscious does not argue. It only accepts. That's why it's so powerful. Bob taught this in every seminar, every coaching call, every book. You become what you think about most of the time. And you become what you emotionally internalize. Change your thoughts, change your feelings, and you change your world. So let me ask you again, what are you thinking about most of the time? Are you obsessing over lack? Are you constantly worried about the cost of everything, the debt, the bills? Are you repeating thoughts like, I'll never make it, or there's not enough? Because those are affirmations to negative ones. And they work just as powerfully, if not more than positive ones. Why? Because they're often said with more emotion, more repetition, mori belief. This is why awareness is so critical. You must become aware of the stories you tell yourself about money, because those stories are the scripts of your life. And if you want to change the movie, you have to rewrite the script. So let's keep writing. Let's go deeper. Say these with me, not casually, not passively, but with energy. I am the master of my financial reality. I create wealth with my thoughts, emotions, and aligned actions. I no longer chase money. I attract it by becoming aligned with abundance. I release all scarcity. I release all fear. I am safe with money. I am ready for more. I use money wisely, joyfully, and with full confidence. I deserve to be rich not someday, but now. My subconscious mind accepts wealth as my new normal. Again, breathe into these. Let them sink in. Feel them in your chest, in your spine. Repeat them throughout your day. Say them in the mirror. Say them while walking, while cooking, while working. Make them part of your identity. Because you are not here to survive. You are here to thrive. And it's not arrogant to say that. It's alignment. It's truth. As Bob said, you were born rich. Not in terms of money, but in potential. Money is just a byproduct of expressing that potential. So what's been stopping you? Really think about that. Is it guilt? Shame? A belief that you'll be judged for having more? Maybe you grew up hearing that money is evil, or that it changes people, or that it causes problems. But the truth is, money reveals you. It amplifies your energy. If you're generous, you'll be more generous. If you're creative, you'll let it create more. If you're mission-driven, you'll reach more people. Money is neutral. It's a tool. And tools respond to the hands that hold them. You don't need to fear money. You need to embrace it, welcome it, love it. Because money loves clarity, confidence, and conviction. And if you show up with those, money will show up too. But it all begins inside. No one's coming to save you. No one's handing you the key because you already have it. It's your consciousness, your vibration, your belief system. Bob used to say, don't wait for the circumstances to change. Change your mind and the circumstances will follow. That's what you're doing here. Every affirmation you say is a signal to the universe, a new frequency, a declaration of identity. You are rewiring your mind from scarcity to surplus. You are moving from fear to freedom. You are no longer just wishing. You are becoming, and once you become, the rest takes care of itself. At this point, you may already be feeling something shift. It might be subtle, a calmness, a sense of control, a flicker of possibility in the distance that wasn't there before. Or maybe it's louder, a deep internal knowing that you've just tapped into something powerful, something real. That feeling is not a coincidence. It's not placebo, it's resonance. You've started to tune yourself to the frequency of abundance, and the universe is already responding not because it's generous, but because it's law. It's how energy works. And energy doesn't judge. It obeys. Bob Proctor often said, everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not about superstition. This is about alignment. Because when you think poor, feel poor, and speak poor, you create a vibration of poverty. You become a magnet for situations that mirror your inner beliefs and missed opportunities, sabotage, disappointment. But when you start to truly feel wealthy internally, you emit a different frequency, and that frequency carries power, real power. Because here's the truth. Money doesn't come from effort alone. It comes from alignment. You know that already. You've seen people work 12 hours a day and barely survive. You've seen others do what they love, move with ease, and attract more than they could spend in a lifetime. The difference isn't in how hard they work. It's in how aligned they are. They believe they deserve it. They feel safe receiving it. They expect it, and so it comes. And now you are becoming that kind of person. But this isn't just about saying the right things. It's about seeing them, feeling them, acting as if they are already yours. Visualization is one of the most underused tools in human potential. But Bob mastered it and taught it with unshakable confidence. You must see yourself with the good you desire, not in the future. Now, because the subconscious does not understand time, it only understands image and emotion. So close your eyes for a moment. Seriously pause and do it. Picture your wealthy self. Not someday, right now. Where are you living? What kind of space surrounds you? What does your bank account look like? How do you speak? How do you walk? What kind of people are in your life? What kind of choices do you make now that money is no longer a constraint, but a companion? Don't just imagine it. Step into it. Feel it in your body. Taste the freedom. Smell the air of a life lived on your terms. This version of you isn't a fantasy. It's a frequency. And the more time you spend vibrating at that frequency, the faster your world rearranges itself to match. That's why affirmations aren't passive. They're creative. They are seeds, but you are the sun, the water, and the soil. And the richer your belief, the faster they grow. Repeat after me. I already have everything I need to create wealth. My reality bends to the frequency of my dominant thoughts. I am available for miracles, money, and momentum. I am not trying to become rich. I am remembering that I already am. My energy is powerful, magnetic, and always expanding. I move through the world as a wealthy person because wealth is my nature. Breathe into these truths. They are not fiction. They are your blueprint. Not your potential, but your default before the world tried to teach you lack. You were never meant to struggle endlessly. You were never meant to shrink your dreams to fit your paycheck. You were meant to expand your vibration to fit your vision and let the money catch up. That's what Bob taught me. And once I understood that, I stopped chasing. I stopped doubting. I stopped trying to force and fix and figure everything out. Instead, I started aligning. And from that space, things changed fast. Ideas started flowing. People showed up. I didn't make the money appear. I became the kind of person it couldn't ignore. That's what you're doing now. But let me be honest, this is not a one-time ritual. It's a daily commitment. You don't brush your teeth once and expect a lifetime of freshness. You don't go to the gym once and expect permanent strength. In the same way, you don't reprogram your mind once and expect transformation. You must live it every day. Bob Proctor lived it for over 60 years. He studied this material every single day of his life, not because he didn't know it, but because he understood it. He knew that your mind is either growing or decaying. There's no neutral. So which direction are you choosing? That's why I urge you to make this your practice. Not your curiosity, not your hobby, your lifestyle. Affirm abundance daily. Speak wealth into your life. Visualize your future self every morning before you touch your phone. Feel rich even when you pay a bill. Act generously even before you have enough, because abundance doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who prepare. Bob put it beautifully. Act like the person you want to become, and that's who you become. You are not preparing for a better future. You are embodying it now. And when you do, the world will rearrange itself around your decision. So let's anchor that energy once more. Repeat with me, I am already the wealthy version of myself. My subconscious is programmed for prosperity. Money flows to me, through me, and from me with ease and joy. I bless all the money I have and all that is on its way. I am a walking vibration of wealth, and I welcome it fully. These aren't just words. They are commands to your subconscious, signals to the universe, and confirmations of who you are choosing to be. You have already begun the transformation. You've done more in this moment than most do in a lifetime. You've said yes to abundance not as a fantasy, but as a way of being. You've done something today that most people never dare to do. You've gone beyond your current reality. You've stepped outside the echo chamber of your past limitations. You've chosen to stop living life on autopilot, driven by beliefs you didn't ask for and patterns you didn't create. And instead, you've become the architect. That's what this is. You're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your identity. You're not just saying affirmations, you're reclaiming power. And the most beautiful part, that power was always yours. Buried under layers of noise, programming, fear, shame, guilt, but never gone, never broken, just waiting. Bob Proctor used to say, you don't need to learn how to become rich. You need to remember that you already are. And now you're remembering that money is not outside of you. It's not in the economy. It's not in the job market. It's not in the hands of the few. It is energy. And energy responds to consciousness, to alignment, to decision. You've made a decision today. A quiet one, maybe a personal one, but a powerful one. You've decided to stop chasing wealth like it's running from you, and instead become wealth itself, an extension of it, a magnet to it, a home for it. Because abundance is not something you get. It's something you become, and becoming is a daily choice. That's why this work doesn't stop here. This is not the NDT, it's the beginning of a new vibration, a new identity, a new world. Your outer world is still catching up. Don't worry about that. Bob reminded us, the results you're living today are based on the thinking of your past. But the moment you change your thinking, you change your future. So don't look around for proof. You are the proof. The feeling in your chest, that's proof. The clarity in your mind, that's proof. The quiet confidence starting to rise inside you, that's proof. You are not here by accident. You are here because something in you already knew it was time. And now that you've activated it, your job is to protect it. Feed it, grow it, speak your affirmations daily. Don't wait to feel like it. Do it because it's who you are now. Discipline is giving yourself a command and following it. That's Bob's voice echoing again. Because the old you followed emotion. The new you follows vision. Every time you affirm, every time you visualize, every time you speak and act in alignment with wealth, you are laying bricks. A foundation, a structure that money can recognize, respect, and flow into. Because money is organized energy. It doesn't come to chaos. It comes to clarity. And you are getting clearer by the second. So as we close this journey, let's go one layer deeper. Let's affirm the self, not just the bank account, but the identity that will hold that bank account with confidence, purpose, and integrity. Say these with presence. I am not waiting to become abundant. I am abundance in motion. My life reflects the wealth I hold in my mind and heart. I am grateful for the money I have and open to receive so much more. My vibration is clear, strong, and aligned with financial prosperity. I expect success. I expect opportunities. I expect miracles. I walk through life as the wealthy version of myself with ease and certainty. And now, pause, feel it. Let that last one sink in. Let it become real in your bones, in your breath, in your nervous system. This is not fantasy. This is you unfiltered, unafraid, fully remembered. And if you ever doubt it, if fear creeps back in, if old patterns try to reclaim you, come back here, press play, remind yourself of who you are. Because repetition is not a weakness. It is the gateway to mastery. Bob Proctor read the same book, Think and Grow Rich, every single day for decades. Not because he forgot it, but because he understood it deeper each time. That's how you reprogram a mind. Not with volume, with devotion. So devote yourself to wealth, not greed, not desperation, but authentic, unapologetic, energetic wealth, because that's your birthright. You're not here to suffer. You're not here to beg. You're not here to repeat cycles of lack, fear, and frustration. You are here to expand, to become the most powerful version of yourself, to be a living example of what happens when someone wakes up to their potential and decides that nothing outside of them will determine their worth ever again. You are that person now. So walk like it, speak like it, live like it. You have already shifted your vibration. The rest will follow. And if you're ready to go even deeper, to make this journey part of your daily life, I want to invite you to do something powerful right now. Subscribe to this channel. Not because I said so, not because it's a button to press, but because this space, this channel is a sanctuary for growth, for expansion. For people like you who are done living small and are ready to unlock the wealth that's been waiting for them all along. So hit subscribe. Join this movement. Share this video with someone you care about, someone who's ready for more, just like you. And leave a comment below. Tell me which affirmation hit the deepest for you. Tell me what's shifted in your energy today. Tell me who you're becoming, because you are not alone in this. We are building something bigger here, a field of energy, where wealth is the standard, not the exception. You've started the change. Now let's keep going. Your future is already listening.